Hello and welcome. In today's video we'll be talking about the Puma Ultra 5 Ultimate. I guess we'll be talking about why it was something I wanted to add into the collection, my thoughts on the boot now that I've had it in hand and I've also played with it, how it compares to the previous generation Ultra, also what I did with sizing, and I guess try and give a little bit of advice about that too. So I guess starting with the previous generation Ultra, so we can sort of talk about the differences for those of you who don't know about this boot. So this wasn't a very well received boot in terms of mainly how bad the heel was. It's a very straight and shallow heel, providing very little padding and being very, very firm in the heel with a plasticky upper. And yeah, it was something that didn't fit very well. The heel was incredibly uncomfortable, so it wasn't something that people really enjoyed playing in. I myself probably only used this about 3 times just to sort of get an idea about it before I sort of moved on to everything else. So compared to the new Ultra 5, the only thing I guess that 4 has on this boot is that that's about 10 grams lighter. This is about 200 grams. That's about the 190 mark. But overall, this package feels a lot better in so many ways. So I guess starting with the upper, so it has the Grip Control Pro upper. So you'll see it has this sort of grid texturing to the upper. You can sort of hear this sort of texture as you rub your fingers. So it does have sort of a rubber silicone feel to it. So it's something where I wouldn't say it's going to give you the extra spin or power as you can sort of feel when using something like a Predator. It's more so there to stop the boot from feeling, slick on foot when controlling or shooting a ball. So it's something where I don't think it's as drastic as something like the Predator Strike elements, but it stops the shoe from feeling, slick or slippery on foot. So that's quite nice. It is a one-piece construction with the knitted upper. You do also have the Nano Grip technology on the insole, so I don't think it provides a lot of grip, but again, it stops it from being slippery, but I don't think it'd replace, grip socks or anything like that. Coming to, again, the most important thing about a new Ultra is the heel compared to the previous one. So as you can see, you have much more of an angle coming back, a much better sort of cup around the heel with the external heel counter. It has the Ortholite material through the heel now as well, so much softer, much more forgiving, much more padding compared to the previous one. So overall, a massive step up compared to the 4. And then coming through to the studs and sole plate, very, very aggressive traction, very long. Even the angles of the studs, you get excellent traction on firm ground pitches. And then you can see it's quite snappy in the front, but very stiff through the midfoot. You really can't bend that midfoot, so that does provide a really stable, locked-in feel with the heel counter as well. So it's something that I found when I was playing with it. I got maybe about 5-10 minutes into the session, sort of forgot they were on my feet. Wrap around the foot was very nice. The traction provided was very good as well, so it gave you that confidence underfoot that you weren't going to lose traction or anything like that. So in terms of what Puma's done for a speed boot, I think it's much, much better than the previous generation. And I think if anyone is looking for a speed boot, this should be a consideration with, I guess, the overall package I put together. Now with sizing, I did go down half a size. So I usually wear a 9 US and went to an 8.5 in these. So I did actually try both on. The 9 actually fit very well in pretty much all the areas. The heel was fine, the midfoot was fine, but I found just around sort of the top of the toe box, I had too much room compared to when I tried the 8.5s on. They don't fit, my toes aren't right to the end in the 8.5s. I still have a little bit of room with everything else still fitting really good. Nothing felt too tight. So yes, if you want a slightly more relaxed feel or slightly more room in the toe box, a 9 would be fine. But I felt for me, the 8.5 felt still comfortable, not too tight, but just felt better for me in terms of sizing. So overall, very happy with the way they feel on feet. I think they're a much better boot overall than what the Ultra 4 was. And yeah, I guess it'll be something that will find its way into my regular match day bag boot rotation with what they are and how they perform. So yeah, there's I guess probably the main points I wanted to highlight with the boot. Very impressed. They also have a very funny name for the colorway for this. I looked it up. It's the Fizzy Apple Puma White Blue Mazing colorway, which I thought was a bit interesting. But overall, in terms of the boot, very happy with the way it fits and feels, and looking forward to getting a few more sessions in them as well, and I guess reporting back on that too. But if it is something that you are on the market for a speed boot, this should be something you should be considering. So if you did enjoy the review, please consider liking the video and subscribing. I'd love to hear your feedback, but that is my review on the Puma Ultra Ultimate 5. Thank you.